This is your market recap for March 11th, 2025. Today, as you can see, I had a very back and forth day, low volume overall. There wasn't much direction or purpose with any of the price movements today. Um, Not sure why. Maybe it's a signal since we're at the bottom of this busy low. We closed slightly outside of it. I'm willing to, pass that up. So it may be because we're switching momentum to bullish now, or it could just be a usual, you know, low volume day after we've had a pretty, big bearish stretch. So as you can see, whole lot of liquidity taken all over the board, but no external. We just stayed in this range the whole day. We used this hourly a few times, and same with this hourly inverse right there. Now on the 15-minute, today, according to my bias, I should have been playing bearish, which would have worked at some point. Right? This is a day where reacting to the markets is the only way that you're going to be able to come out alive, right? So we had this hourly here, this 15-minute here, which was respected here. We got external liquidity sweep, drive down, another external liquidity sweep there, another drive down into this hour, come back up off that around lunchtime, retrace all the way up back to this hourly inverse here, and then we take that all the way down below this external low, and then we take this all the way back up above this external high. And then last hour of trading, we come back down to the middle. So as you can see, very up and down. This is seek and destroy is what I would say. We took out a high, then we took out a low, then we retraced, then we took out a low, then we took out a high. I wouldn't say that it's anything else other than that. It could possibly, because I don't know everything, right? Now this is easier to see. Slight external, had no intention of going above this high whatsoever, right? Just a tiny wick. Then we came down, got another spike up during the macro, took that high, again, no intention of continuing. Drive down, retrace up, drive down, small retrace, drive down, bottom of this hourly gives us trouble. Start reversing, macro again pushes us up into this hourly inverse. Macro sends us down. We retrace here up into this 5-minute inverse, which was validated here. And then we take that lower below this external low. And then we stop close to, after sweeping that, come up, create this 5-minute, come back down to it during the macro. Let's mark this macro. Don't know why I didn't have it marked, but that's the macro. Right, low of the retrace during the macro, targeting highs, because at this point, we don't for sure know that we're playing, that we're not playing bearish. We had a big bearish extension for lunch, and we don't know that we won't extend. The only reason we would is for an SMT, which there wasn't one. Nothing over. Bang! Look at that low there, and how shallow we sweep it. That signals that we high time frame doesn't really mean much, but it means lower time frame that we're going to be playing bear or bullish, which ends up happening. On the 1 minute, you can really see how chaotic it gets. SMTs everywhere. I entered today off this SMT, this expansion, and this fair value gap. I entered there, saw how price took out this high. We had an SMT of these highs between between NQ and ES. I saw how price came down, entered, came up, failed to take out this high barely, and so I said, all right, I'm at break even at this point. And so I got stopped at a break even. It did go up, not even to my first profit before coming down, playing off this, boom, creating that inverse, and the news hit. So news took out external, buy side and sell side. Then we retraced up. This right here, in my opinion, is trade of the. No, that's horrible RR though. I don't know, because this is horrible RR. If you look, entry would be here. Stop above that high. Could should target the low of this. That's a 1 to 3. I don't like that. Retrace up. That could be 1. Boom there. You wouldn't have gotten tripped in. Yeah, nothing there. If you have the balls and the knowledge to take a turtle soup there, you're goated. But I'm not. So SMT of these lows. SMT of these highs is what overall sent me bearish for the morning. Which it did. It took out all these lows down here, reacting off the low of this hourly imbalance. We get an expansion, having this fair value gap right there, which gets validated here. Closures at constant encroachment. Again, the macro low of the retrace happens there. We get an expansion, fair value gap there, perfect to the low, and constant encroachment fills. And we get another expansion up back into this inverse. Now, we had an expansion and we retraced, so lunch should, I don't really know, it should continue the move. If we look at how we sweep this high, that is very, very telling that we're not going to continue any higher, right? We swept it, we closed above it, but then this candle all the way down here, even these, disrespecting this for value gap right here, yeah, we're not continuing any higher from there. So you can take this inverse here, macro is also here, high of the retrace during the macro. Sends us lower from there, down to this fair value gap where we retrace, also constant encroachment this hourly. Retrace up to this 5-minute inverse, take lower again, taking out this low and that low that I mentioned on the 5-minute. And as you can see, we swept it, no intention to go lower. Absolutely zero. So that starts us playing bullish. We get pretty high volume candles coming out of the algorithm, kicking back in. We have a fair value gap here, pushing up above these highs. Decent retrace to equilibrium. Perfect right there. 5-minute there. Push up higher, taking out all of the previous highs. Take out this one. We're up here, failing to take out this one. I don't know if ES took out that high. I don't think it did, because today ES was definitely the heavier pair. Like it didn't want to go up at all. So I saw this and I was actually looking to be short here, and I did take some low time frame shorts off of this, right, this leg right here, but it retraced up. Look, constant encroachment of that wick perfectly stops price. If we look for the macro, which was also why I tried to take some trades here, macro spans this. I don't believe that was an SMT either. We got expansions here. The 15-second might be more telling. I am actually looking to incorporate the 15-second chart into my trading. It gets really good lower time frame SMTs, like in the morning. Boom, SMT here. If I had another array that I could enter off of, I would have, right? But this expansion, it's just gone, Actually, I don't know about that, because we were pretty consolidating all before that, so I don't actually know that I would have entered. Well, it depends. It depends if the 15-minute expanded up here, retraced. Again, I don't know, because I didn't look at the 15-second live today. So I can say all I want, but the reason I was bearish for the last hour was because it is the last hour of trading. If we're up here at 3, just taking out a high, any untouched liquidity would then be sell side. So down here, and then we close in the middle of the range of the day. So very, very, very lackluster day, right? Buy side taken, sell side taken, buy side taken, sell side taken. A lot of different things that could have been taken, but honestly didn't like much today. Like I said at the beginning, higher time frame, I could see a bullish move come from this closure right below this, but I could also see a very large expansion bearish, right? Just because we closed here doesn't mean we're respecting it. This is a very high time frame thing. The high of it is here. We could be retracing using it as an inverse, so we could come up to constant encroachment and then head lower. Only time will tell, right? So, like today, we are reacting to price. We'll see where price takes us out of this range and what London does overnight to give us our bias for New York. So, this has been your market recap for March 11th, 2025.